into game one. So it's Shulk versus Mario. They chose Battlefield. Now, personally, I would think this is a better stage for Mario in this particular matchup.
Because of the combo extensions.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
That's actually a pretty interesting thought, although I think that Shulk can cover the platform pretty well with his sword.
He does.
Because of his huge hitboxes. So that's definitely a thing that comes into play in this stage. Really dependent on who can cover the platforms in general better than the other player. So I'm really interested in seeing that. And this matchup in general, I feel like Mario kind of combos Shulk.
Already 84%. Look at those combos. And you know, it's not just the platforms extending it, it's also that Shulk doesn't have a reliable combo breaker.
Exactly, and what you see right away is that the Mario is, Mr.Mex is covering the platforms really well, saying like, okay, you want to land on the platform, in that case, you have to shield or air dodge into it, and I can punish that. And again, Nintimdo finding himself on the platforms, which is punishable.
Yeah, he gets out by a rope down there, but that usually doesn't work.
No.
And we can see that in the percentage right now, 44 on Mr.Mex, almost 130 on Nintimdo.
Yes.
Nintimdo.
Okay. But Shulk having that shield Monado being able to live to very high percentages, it does however make him slower and also makes him more prone to combo.
But if he manages it right, he could live till, you know, obscene percent.
Yes, but the risk here is that if you don't use the shield Monado, Mario has that famous up smash which allows him to come through moves, especially with the poor frame data that Shulk has. Mario might be able to sneak in that up smash.
So we see him not make too much use of the shield Monado, and it gets him killed right there. A misspaced back air. Even though it does have a small hitbox in front of Shulk, which often catches me off guard. But yeah, he wasn't too keen on using the shield Monado, even though when I see top Shulks like Skarhi, they love that shield Monado. They love it.
Yeah, exactly. And what I hear a lot about Mario as a character is that his weakness is that against characters with swords, for example, he has trouble to get into those characters. But I, however, more so see that as an aspect that characters with a lot of mobility that can keep him out. For example, Sonic, that he has to approach and that like stuff his approaches. That's more so where Mario has struggles with. But the amount of pressure that this character can deliver is ridiculous.
It is, it is. So if Shulk wants to win this matchup, he has to space perfectly, and you cannot land so close to a shield with a character like Shulk.
Yeah, exactly. And one important thing against Mario is, especially at Shulk with that frame data, you don't want to whiff anything. That's a
He went for a hard read, but it was even outside of ledge roll position.
Yeah.
But that was the time to do it because he could still survive just about any move. Shield Monado right now, I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon for the Shield Monado.
Yes, no shield pressure there or ledge pressure there from Nintimdo. Mr.Mex getting back on stage, finding himself on the platforms, and again, no conversions, but grab.
Okay, yes, yeah, he wants it, but he just goes for a rogue smash without first conditioning any kind of get-up type, you know. He just ran in there, but he hasn't ledge streamed it once, so Mr.Mex is still comfortable just hanging on.
Yeah, Mr.Mex feels like I'm not getting conditioned here, so I can just wait, and at that point...
and we see him do it again. He just waits there until he sees what's going on.
And then he reacts, and that's a pretty good strategy from him there.
But we are finally getting into kill percents for Mr.Mex. When he gets the Smash Monado online once again, he can do stuff like down throw even, probably.
Again, great platform pressure by Mr.Mex. And I also liked how he was just waiting for the shield and punishing that accordingly.
Definitely. Oh, here comes some more combos from Mario.
And these small baits that he does by jumping up and waiting for Nintimdo to throw out his option, and then punish with the backer, the delayed aerial.
And the shield Monado working against Nintimdo right now.
Yep.
It just enables these Mario combos for much longer.
Like I said, it does allow him to live longer, but he is more prone to the combo that Mario has.
Back throw would have killed with Smash Monado.
Punishes the wave on the shield with a grab.
I don't know how Mario popped up in the ledge there, but that was a disaster for Nintimdo. The air slash, if it had fully connected, would have killed. Yes. No jump, and that's a 3-stock for game 1.
And that's what happens if you have a slow move that's easy to punish, right? You throw it out, but ledge jump also means that you use your mid-air jump. But what happens in that case is if you use your jump and you get grabbed and thrown away, you're only if you're a B, which is what Nintimdo had in this case.
What I would like to see from Nintimdo is I would like to see a lot more fairs. You know, if you space fairs aggressively, but not really on shield per se, but just in front. Mario has a hard time catching up to that because the landing lag is manageable. I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's manageable. Well, and overall just abuse the range that Shulk has just a little bit more.
You have to space really well, especially against a character like Mario if you play Shulk. And secondly, less whiffs.
Yeah, he also gets punished quite often when he's selecting his Monado. So I would like to see him limit his Monado selection to situations where Mario is actively being pushed away from Shulk.
Yeah, and what we can see right here is Mr.Mex being able to get his combos in, get the damage that he needs, and amazing juggles right there, punishing Nintimdo on his landings.
So we're here on Smashville.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I don't think Smashville is that bad of a pick. I mean, everybody in Europe kind of likes it. This time he does get to roll. And then Mr.Mex, I keep getting these names wrong. Anyway, Mr.Mex actually just waiting for the options. And what we see is that he is able to bait Nintimdo to throw out an option and then punish it accordingly, which works out great for him. And that's what I said. You don't, as a Shulk, you don't want to actually whiff too much because Mario with that great punish game goes for all of it.
Oh, gets away without being stage spiked though.
Yep. Does he get any damage?
This?
Doesn't. Nintendo gets back on the stage safely.
Oh, Buster, that's not what you want. Is he looking for shield? Yes, he is. Now he can do bold smash attacks like that without dying.
Nope.
You know, that's another perk of Shield Monado.
Yeah.
People often forget, you know, if you're both at high percent and you have the Shield Monado, you can just fish for the kill moves more comfortably.
Yeah, because you don't get killed that early. But the problem is, being off stage and getting thrown away, still that's a lot of time that you have to get back on stage, right? So you can lose that Monado and have to get it again. And as we see there, the up smash will once again take it.
Okay, now, okay, I like that. You know, he missed the grab attempt, but this time he waited for Mr.Mex to pick an option on the ledge. You never have to go first when you're the one on stage.
Exactly.
Mr.Mex with an unfortunate, yeah, well, it was basically a botched recovery.
Botched recovery.
like Nintimdo is still the one who put him off stage. Let's give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, exactly. I did, however, like the confirm nair to grab.
And
that's
another one.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we're flubbing all the recoveries up in here. And Nintimdo taking the lead because of it for the first time.
Yes. And this is great for him because right now he has the stock lead and he can use that Shield Monado to get that rage and possibly kill Mr.Mex a lot earlier because Mr.Mex, because he's behind, he's going to play differently. He wants to gain back the lead, right?
Definitely.
If you have a lead, you play different in a way that you're more
and when
patient.
he has to be aggressive, that's where you get your stuff going.
Yes.
Especially with a character that clearly has superior range. Not even close. Oh, wow. Another rogue smash attack. This time he catches the shield drop. Now, normally I'd say that wasn't a good option, but in this case, you know, he had all the room to go for it. Another kill percent.
The hard read.
Stock ahead.
Why
not?
Read.
Yeah, just go. Just go.
Who would have thought that? Anyway, great job by Nintimdo that as especially the second stock, I
yeah, that was basically clean.
That basically turned the entire momentum around. And from that point on, you saw that Nintimdo was able to keep his composure in his gameplay a lot better.
He got more confident.
Mario. He got more confident, more comfortable in his gameplay.
Definitely. I'd like to see Mr.Mex go back to another narrow state. Maybe not Smashville per se, but Lilat would be a good option because when it comes to Shulk, you know, people forget it, but he loves to run away to manage his Monados, to camp you out if he has the lead with shield and jump.
And the speed Monado that allows him to like run around.
Definitely. So
and the jump Monado, a lot of mobility in this character depending on the Monado.
I can imagine that Shulk really likes both Duck Hunt and Final Destination in this particular matchup. But here comes Mr.Mex with Mario combos in Buster mode.
And I think this was a great stage pick for two reasons. For one, it has platform, so he can extend his combos on the platform. And for two, Mario's up smash being a potent kill move kills earlier on the stage because of the lower blaster.
Definitely.
So I think this stage is definitely a good pick.
Yeah, we're already approaching those dangerous percents when it comes to fighting against Mario's up smash.
Especially if you use jump Monado, because if I remember correctly, if he uses jump, he becomes lighter.
I have learned my lesson and will not comment on what the Monados do exactly, except what Shulks get out of it, because you're guaranteed to get it wrong unless you're a Shulk main. Okay, speaking of getting things wrong, he picked the wrong landing option right there and ate one of those up smashes we talked about earlier. Mr.Mex in the lead, and here comes some more combos. Fortunately for Nintimdo, he escapes Buster mode.
Yeah, and that all started out with that great cross-up landing behind Nintimdo, which even if it would have missed, made it a lot harder to punish, which is why cross-ups are so good. You have to mix up where you're landing, even if you don't hit somebody. You have to mix up the spacing, the landing plays, because if you land in front of somebody, the punish options that that person has are a lot better in general than when you land behind them, so that's definitely something you need to consider.
And I do like what I'm seeing from Nintimdo, especially just now off stage. He waited for the air dodge. Unfortunately, he was selecting Monado while doing it, so it wasn't in time to actually punish it. But Shulk is crazy scary off stage.
And the smash Monado was also scary as hell. So
yeah, he wants to make that comeback, but it could backfire enormously. As Shulk, I think, okay, this is one of, I think Shulk actually also takes extended knockback when he is in Smash Monado, so it could backfire. Unfortunately for him, the Smash Monado burning out just as he went for the down throw.
Maybe it's fortunate, because if he got hit by that up smash at that percentage with the Smash Monado, he probably would have died.
Definitely. He goes into shield, which is a much better idea at this kind of percent. Let's see if he can make a comeback happen.
That did almost nothing.
That's the glory of shield Monado.
The glory of shield Monado.
Okay, Buster, he's looking to make the comeback.
Yeah, and as we see, Nintimdo kind of trying to get this comeback. Oh, lands right into that up smash, and that will seal the stock from Mr.Mex.
That's the beauty of when you're on stage and your opponent is at the ledge. They have to choose first.
Yeah, exactly. They have to choose their option first, and out of that you can react or cover their options, because in general they have less options than you have.
If you in your play like to pick what option to cover first, yeah, sometimes you can get an even harder punish. But honestly, most of the time you should just wait, man. Yeah. You worked for that advantage, might as well make use of it.
Exactly, just play more patient. And as we see right now, Mr.Mex is getting most of his damage just out of juggles, out of confirmation, out of punishes on moves that Nintimdo not necessarily throws out, but whiffs, I would say.
Yeah, and then he gets a back air or down throw and he just doesn't let go.
Nope. But that's the power of Mario, being able to like string together all these moves, getting momentum. Mario with momentum is extremely scary.
And Nintimdo is repeatedly getting caught by these short of back airs, just the basic spacing tool of Mr.Mex right now. Smash Monado back throw! That's it!
At that point, if you get trapped with Smash Monado at 134 on Town and City.
Not even close. And Mr.Mex makes it to round 2. Nintimdo will have another shot in the loser's bracket.